thank you for being here and welcome to the chat.
Thanks for having us on. We're excited.
And Coach Lane's brought along two of his seniors. He's got Will Meduski and Jaden Dryman. And guys, if you would, just go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everyone what grade you're in and what position you play.
Hi, I'm Will Meduski. I'm a senior for Kingston, and I play a guard position. I'm here with Jaden. We're the two captains for Roane County High School, and we look to have a good season throughout the end.
Okay.
My name's Jaden Dryman. I'm a senior this year, and I run the 3.
You run the 3?
Yep.
3. Okay. Guys, if you would, first question in one word, describe what it's describe your coach in one word.
I would say he's hardworking.
Will?
I'd say he's upbeat.
Well, guys, we'll be back to chat with you here in a little bit, but thank you for being here tonight. Coach Lane, got some good boys right there.
Sure do. Yes, they are. They're fine young men on top of being good basketball players and good students, and it is a joy. I got a team full of them, and it is a joy to coach these guys.
So how many seniors do you have?
Got 5 seniors. 4 sophomores, and then several freshmen. We got a pretty big roster this year. It's my first year at Kingston, so I wanted to keep as many kids as we could, and then go from there.
Yeah.
You know, but it's been great. It really has been. These guys have worked hard. They've done everything we've asked, and we've you know, our win-loss records paid dividends because of it. We've won a lot of games, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, Kingston's comes in and out 18-3 overall, ranked number 3 in the state in the class AAA poll. No, 2A, right?
Correct.
Yeah, 2A, yeah. Class 2A poll, and wow, that's having an outstanding season thus far.
It is. You know, I don't know. I don't look at those rankings a whole lot. It's a lot of subjective. I mean, you know, I'm looking at them right now, and I don't see a single Chattanooga team on there, and they've got 3 that can play down there. So, you know, we got a good basketball team. We've had some success. We've clinched our regular season district. I'm very proud of that. But as far as where we are in the state, I don't know about that. There's a lot to be played, and that's what you play for. Find all that out come tournament time. So we've got a lot to look forward to. We got a lot of days between now and then to get better. So we're going to do everything that we can to keep improving and maybe put ourselves in position to be called one of those elite state teams.
I was checking your schedule out. I noticed you won 7 straight, and your last loss was to Sweetwater. And but right now, as you mentioned, you already clinched the district, and it looks like a pretty tough district you're in.
It is, yeah. This is all the district games have been played, so everybody is finished at this point in District 3 AA. So it's all set, boys and girls. Meigs County would actually be the 3 seed there based on the tiebreaker, but everything else looks right. That's 1 through 6. But it's a good league. You know, Tellico Plains, their record may not reflect it, but they've been competitive with everybody, and they've got a really young basketball team that's only going to get better over the next 3 or 4 years. The rest of us there's really not much difference. We've won several games, but you know, the difference between 1 through 6 is pretty slim. It's not very much. So it's a good competitive league, and I expect to have a really good tournament.
I've seen Loudon play, and did y'all play them last night?
Yes, we did. Tuesday night.
Or Tuesday.
Last night,
yeah.
Yes, that's correct, yes.
And you got the win, yeah.
We did.
Sure, yeah.
We did on the road, and it was a game that really didn't – I mean, we'd already clinched first place. So that's always a challenge as a coach to, you know, keep guys focused, and when that has happened. And I can't say enough about these guys. They came out ready to play right off the bat, and you know, we got off to a really good start. and like I said, it's hard to do. It's difficult to do that when you know that you've already got the 1 seed locked up. But it's important to keep playing well, throughout the entire season.
We're visiting with the head coach of the Kingston Yellow Jackets boys team, Joe Lane, and 18-3 and ranked number 3 in Class AA. As mentioned, won 7 straight and 9 out of their last 10. And a couple years ago, Colt Naramore was the coach there at Kingston, and they went to the state. So I know you know Coach Naramore.
Know him well. He and I are great friends. He's actually he was, when I was at Kingston in the late 90s and early 2000s, as assistant coach under Greg Sitzler, and I worked with Stephen Plemons, who was assistant coach also, who later was the head coach at Kingston. Colt was a junior and a senior in those 2 years. So his and my relationship go back a long way, all the way to then. As me being a coach and him being a player. Then
So you used to coach him?
Yes, I did. And then when I was at Wartburg, he had gotten out of school, and Ricky Norris was head coach at Oak Ridge, and he had Colt a coaching job, but Colt didn't have a teaching job. So I helped him get hired at Wartburg. He was there a year. He's been a co-worker, colleague with me. And then he left, went to Loudon, and he and I have been great friends throughout the entire time. He knows so much offense. I mean, if I've got an offensive question, I call Colt, And so he was at Loudon for several years, then came back home to Kingston, was there. He went on to be a principal. So he was at Cherokee Middle School, and recently just got a job outside of the education. It was a great opportunity for him that he needed to do. But before that, this year, I'll teach at Cherokee Middle School, so I've been working for him. So mine and his relationship is 20 plus years, and it is he is a really good friend to me. But he's also he was instrumental in helping me get to Kingston and just giving me a place to be. And he wanted me to be there. He wanted me to be the coach of this team, and so I owe him a lot. I can't say enough. But he's a great friend, and he's a really good basketball coach. And I watched those guys. After we got put out in that year, which would have been 21. I went and watched, I guess, the region semis on. I didn't see the state semifinal game, but I saw all the rest of them live. It was just so impressive. They were so fun, much fun to watch. And this group of guys wants to, and the group of guys I'm coaching, that's what we want to do. We want to keep the tradition at Kingston going, and keep so that we're competing at that level year in and year out.
Yeah. Now, Walter. The Vols are trailing at halftime to Florida.
They certainly are. Matter of fact, it was 27-21. Tennessee got it to within 1, and then they scored 5 to Florida did to end the half 27-21. And Tennessee, that was the lowest they've had it in the first half this season. So.
Number 2 ranked Vols.
Yeah, I'm hoping they can beat Florida. That's one team I definitely don't like.
I remember them playing down at Alligator Alley.
Yeah, that's...
Coach Lane, you probably remember that. The Vols back in the day.
You better believe it. Coach, tell us about, you all seem like you're peaking. Won 9 out of the last 10, and you've played a lot of games in the last little bit. Meigs County, of course, the game last night against Loudon, and then I think Tellico Plains and some others. Y'all played quite a few games in a short period of time.
We had just due to a couple of different issues. One was an illness issue, and another one was a school function that the kids had to attend. We ended up having to move 2 games from early in the season, like November and December, back to January. So this is actually our 3rd straight week where we've had 3 games in that week, and it can take a toll on you. It really can, mentally and physically. These guys we play up-tempo basketball, so I play a lot of guys, and these guys are good athletes. Their bodies seem to be holding up really well, but the the aging head coach is a little bit worn down right now. I'm just between you guys and me, and but we're managing, and it's been tough. But when you're winning games through that, it's a little easier to get through. It's a little easier to get up in the morning, go to school, and work, and get ready for practice or game that night. So we have played a bunch, and hopefully we can make some adjustments to our schedule next year where it won't be quite so bad when we're playing so many games.
And how do you keep the players eager in the fact that you don't have any more district games before the tournament, and when does the tournament start, and how is that going to work out?
That is a really good question, and it's one that I have pondered and I've put to myself of, it's going to be a challenge. Just like I talked about with the game with Loudon last night, it really wasn't for anything for us seating-wise. That was for Loudon, but it wasn't for us. And just how do you stay focused through that? And we survived that. We did that last night. I think we got a couple things going for us. Number one, tomorrow night, senior night, we're going to honor our seniors, and I can promise you that these guys will be ready. You know how that goes. It's a ceremonial thing for them, and I think that keeping those guys ready and focused will be pretty easy. The one thing I would say that another thing that we've got going for us, like I said, we played that game last night that didn't mean much, and I don't know, we probably had 50 of our students sitting behind us over there last night with noisemakers, and they were ready to go. They've been absolutely fantastic from the first game on. These guys will attest to that. We've all talked about it standing outside out there. I said that's going to be one of the main things I mentioned is just how good our students have been, and it's been really neat. And I guess my point to that is that if you're worried about it from an energy perspective, I'm not. Those guys will bring it to the table, and they'll be loud, and they'll be ready to roll.
What was you saying, Brad?
I was just checking to see if
Oh, okay. Yeah. What they call the student body there at Kingston? I was there a few years ago.
The Kingston Crazies.
Yeah, Kingston Crazies, yeah.
And it lives up to the name, I'll tell you that. It's
Right.
fun to play behind.
Yeah, great student body. I saw a few games last year on that state tournament run they had. I went down, and I was really impressed with the student body. Coach, if you would, go ahead and mention your three other seniors.
Okay, I got Aiden Osborne, Malachi Martin, and Blake Woody.
Okay.
So all five of those guys will be having senior night, and Will Meduski and Jaden Dryman. Those five guys will have senior night tomorrow night, so we look forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we got a call. Coach, we got earbuds there.
Okay.
Sometimes it's hard to pick up without those on, but let's see. Locker room chat, you're on the air. Go ahead, caller, you're on the air. Nobody there?
hang on a minute.
Oh, sir.
Hang on a second here. Get it straightened out here.
Keep talking.
But Coach, 18-3 is outstanding start, and we got it ready up.
Okay.
Brad,
No, it's not. Hey, take a break.
Okay.
go ahead and take a break. Be right back. You're watching the Locker Room Chat.
Checks. Hey, why are the Oz Bears in the kitchen cooking dinner?
Oh, hey, Tim.
how's it
Welcome
going?
home.
You've been so busy icing the insurance company. They're here to remind you it's hockey season.
Hey, Tim, can you pass me the ketchup?
Sure,
Thanks.
no problem.
Hey, Tim, do you want a burger?
I do.
Me doing well?
Yes. Well, that's how the Ice Bears roll.
Shot by Timo Bambi scores!
As soon as I walked in the door and saw just the ambiance of the place, I thought, wow. I said, this is really nice. Everyone is just great with all of the residents.
I call this the Alexander House of Angels.
This is an example of one of our rooms. This is considered a large studio. We do have 4 different size rooms. They all have their own private bathrooms. They all have a small kitchenette.
I always tell residents that they feed us wisdom. I feel like that's a big special part of working in assisted living.
And it's a big family here. Everyone is very nice.
Look out for each other.
They do. She's made a lot of friends. It's been that from day one.
Yeah, it has. I love our building, our people, but I tell you, I wouldn't be anywhere else.
There's a lot of talk about the risks associated with the COVID-19 vaccine, but the reality is, it's safer than being tackled by a Tennessee Titan. Give it a shot. Find a free vaccine appointment today at covid19.tn.gov.
Daniel Forrester has been recognized as one of East Tennessee's leading attorneys for nearly 2 decades. Civil disputes, criminal defense, divorces, and juvenile custody cases are all part of an impressive resume. Daniel's legal experience also includes representing clients in local, state, and federal courts. A husband and a father, Daniel is a Rule 31 certified mediator who has represented hundreds of families in Chancery Court. Call Daniel Forrester Law Office at 865-457-7900 for a free consultation.
I'm Amanda, one of the RN shift leaders at Rome Medical Center. I love the sense of community that we have here. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced, and that's why I choose Rome Medical Center.
I choose Rome Medical Center because this is where my heart is. My family and friends use Rome Medical Center, and I want everyone that comes through our doors to have an experience that makes them as proud of Rome Medical Center as I am.
Find out why Rome Medical Center is the best choice for your future in healthcare. Learn more at RomeMedicalCenter.com.
Earl Duff Pre-Owned Center in Harriman is East Tennessee's best choice for pre-owned vehicle sales and service. Earl Duff is a name you know and trust, and we have been meeting the automotive needs of Roane and surrounding counties for over 49 years. Shopping with us is easy, and we treat our customers like family. From sales to finance to service, we're your one-stop shop for everything automotive. Don't settle for less with your next pre-owned vehicle purchase. Come to Earl Duff Pre-Owned Center in Harriman or online at duffpreowned.com.
Like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We'll buy it on the spot and we'll pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. Rome Metals, we treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood.
Welcome back into the locker room, Chad. We're visiting with the head coach of the Kingston Yellow Jackets boys team, Joe Lane. And Joe, sorry about that technical difficulties, but let's go back to the phone lines here. Go ahead, caller. You're on the locker room chat.
Yes, sir. This is John Bosco down here, and I've been living in Kingston for about 25 years. And I've been to a couple games this season, and I've been really enjoying that student section you got down there. I think they're led by Mason Martin and DeVaris Gallagher. I'm not too sure, but I want to know how Coach Joe, how he feels about that student section down there.
It's the best in the state, in my opinion. It's loud and it stays on from tip to buzzer.
Yes, sir.
I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed y'all's dress-up days. I told Coach Brad Richardson, my assistant coach, he played for me at Wartburg. He was on my second state tournament team, and we had the opening game there against Carter. It was just a Hall of Fame game, and I just looked down there and I said, and it was a buzzer beater game. I mean, we won it at the end, and they all ran out on the floor, and I said, "This is just the Hall of Fame. This is going to be a wild season." It's been great. These kids are so supportive. They're so supportive, and it's been a lot of fun. Really has, and I appreciate all of those guys and gals every bit of energy and effort they give, because it helps our basketball team.
I got one more question for you, Coach Joe.
Okay.
Who do you think is the best student in that student section?
Oh, I don't know if I could pick out one. I'd probably have to ask those two guys over there. But how about as a group? You guys are all, as a group, you're great. How about that?
Yes, sir. That's a great answer, Coach. And I just wish the best of luck to you this season. Go Jackets!
Thanks for calling in. That's really good. You got a student calling in.
That's right.
It's always good to have a good student body cheering you on. Go ahead, caller. You're on the locker room chat.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
How do you feel about those Jackets this year, baby? How was that Louds game? I wasn't able to make it to watch my boys play.
Yeah, it was a good basketball game. We came out ready to play and got off to a good start. I thought we let down a little bit once we got a little bit of a lead, but all told, we finished it off. And these guys, they play hard and play together. So it was great to go on the road and get a win last night.
Yes, it is. Did you guys smack their cheeks or what?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but we got after them. We play full court basketball at Kingston, so we were going to pick you up when the ball comes in, and we did that last night.
All right, caller. Any other questions?
I love that ball shirt you're wearing. Looks great. Go Balls, baby. Go Jackets.
Thank you.
That's right. About to catch up with them Gators. All right, thank you for calling in. And Coach, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you talk some, but where did you go to high school?
I grew up in Rockwood, Tennessee. Went to Rockwood High School. Graduated in 1992. Then went to University of Tennessee and graduated from there. And then I started my student teaching at Farragut Middle School. Did that. You do a whole year there, and so at UT. Mm-hmm. So I did a full year, and then I got hired on at Farragut Middle for a year. Or after that, I got hired on, and I helped. I was an assistant at Knox West High School. Chris Lindsay was the head coach, and I was just a volunteer assistant, but I got my start there. And then I got hired in Kingston the next year as an assistant coach. Was there 2 years, and then I went to Wartburg in 2001 and was there until just this last year. So.
Okay. I guess you played ball at Rockwood.
I did. I played for Coach Kamikawa my last 2 years. Coach Bill Thompson,
he's still there.
Sophomore year. Coach Kamikawa is still there. He is still roaming that sideline and yelling out the other team's play calls and tweeting out game scores. And he's amazing, man. He's meant a lot to me as well. He's really helped me in my career and gave me recommendations at every job I've ever applied for, and so he's another one that's a good friend of mine as well as just being my former coach. But
did you play any college ball?
I did not. I was not good enough. He says all of us hit that spot at some point, but I've always been a student of the game. I love the game of basketball. I think it does a lot more than it's fun for all of us, but it's also it teaches us all a lot of lessons that are necessary. So it's important to me as an educator to use that, as a vehicle to help these guys and to help them learn how to work together and how to accept a role and how to do a job and how to work for something. It's been good to me.
Yeah, I love the game of basketball. Let's go to the phone lines. Locker room chat, you're on the air.
Hey, this is Riley Walker. He's a student at Roane County. I'd say he's I'm a big part of the student section there.
Okay.
And I'd just like to call in and say that the boys are playing great this season. And can I ask a question to Jaden Drummond?
Sure can. Got a question for Jaden.
Hey, Jaden. I just got a question about this game tomorrow night against Oliver Springs. I heard they got a great point guard, Ethan Jones. I just got a question. How are you going to defend him tomorrow night?
The question is, They have an outstanding point guard at Oliver Springs, Ethan Jones. How are you going to try to defend him tomorrow night?
We're just going to guard him full court, make him play fast, make him feel uncomfortable, just get him out of his comfort zone, and take over the game.
All right, caller, any other questions?
No, that's it. I'm just ready to see that game tomorrow night and go Jackets.
Thank you for calling in.
Yes, sir.
Coach, what are you teaching at Cherokee Middle?
I teach 8th grade social studies, American history, and 8th grade science. I have 4 social studies and 2 science classes. So.
Okay. Talk a little bit about your family.
I've got my wife, Missy. We've been married since 1999. So how many ever years that is? 23.
Better remember that.
And I know, yeah. I know. I've got 2 daughters. Annabeth is a freshman at UT, and Ellie is a freshman at Roane County High School in Kingston. So that's my girls. I love them. They've supported me every bit of the way through this, and being a high school basketball coach is tough sometimes. It's on the road late at night on buses, and it's if you don't have a good family behind you, it's hard to do. And they've been great.
Did your girls, are they playing basketball?
My oldest daughter did not. She played soccer. My youngest daughter is on the high school team at Roane County High School. So she's.
How the Lady Yellow Jackets doing?
They are doing good. They've had a good season also. Their district is different than ours. Their district is, in my opinion, our region is in the boys' side. The powerhouses are in Chattanooga. I think anybody would tell you that.
There's the girls.
Yeah, and in the girls' side, the powerhouses are right there. You're talking about McMinn Central, Meigs County, Kingston, have all got some really, really good basketball players. And Tellico Plains is a little bit down this year, but they have traditionally, they're another powerhouse. You're looking at really the strongest district, AA district around. And McMinn Central is just absolutely loaded. They are really, really good.
Lady Chargers always.
Yes, they are. But I really feel like, anybody, you're looking at the 2 sub-state teams right there. And who it's going to be is up in the air. But I really think that out of our girls' district, you're going to get your 2 sub-state teams. So they've had a great year. They lost a tough one last night, a tough call at the end. It's the way it goes on the road, but a tough spot. But ultimately, I thought last week they played Oneida at home on, whatever night that was, and then we played at Meigs County. They played great. They looked like they were rounding into form and getting ready to turn it on for tournament time. And so they've had a good year.
Go back to the phone lines. Locker room chat. You're on the air.
Yes, my name is Courtney Walker. I'm Jaden's aunt, and I just wanted to call, and I had a question for the coach and Jaden and Will. I just basically just wanted to see what they thought about what he's going to miss most about his seniors, and what Jaden and Will is going to miss most about their senior year at Kingston.
Okay.
Want me to go first? I can tell you.
Sure. Yeah.
These are. I'll tell you what I'm going to miss is 5 great young men. That first and foremost, that show up and work hard every day. Forget everything else. They're good basketball players, but these guys are great young men. And these 2 right here especially were not. When I first got hired, they were the 2 that I went to. They were the leaders, and they've been that way since day one. And so I'm going to miss them all. But these 2 have been they're captains for a reason, and they're great kids. They play hard, and they each bring something special and something different to the team. Very important.
Yeah, I agree.
And I love them to death. But this is the hard part about coaching high school, is that at some point you do got to say goodbye to them. And here's what I would tell you is they've left this team better than when we got here. You know, I mean, it's better today because these guys have put work in, and that's hopefully they go pass that legacy on to these younger guys, and they'll show up and do the same.
Guys, did y'all hear the question?
We're very proud of them, both of them, and proud of Jaden and Go Jackets.
All right, we're going to ask them the question. The caller wanted to know what y'all are going to miss about playing at Kingston.
I'm going to miss like everybody on the team, obviously, but Coach and Coach Brad, they played a big role this year. They've came in, put in a lot of work, made us better as a whole, and it's shown. We've had a great year so far, and hope we can keep going.
Yeah, I'm going to miss the coaches. They've stepped up and helped us both become better people on and off the basketball court. But I'm really going to miss the bond between us two and the rest of the teammates. Like, it's almost once in a lifetime. Like, you're not going to be able to break the bond, and you're for sure not going to be able to compete with it. You know, I have no complaints about my senior year. It's been fun. Have the best student section in East Tennessee, so we for sure cannot complain about that.
Coach, let's go ahead and talk to these guys here some more. Let's turn our attention to these young men. That's what this show's all about. And we'll start with you again. Just let's talk about the season thus far. I know we mentioned y'all are 18-3, but just go ahead and talk about your game and also how the team's, obviously doing well. But.
Yeah, as Coach Lane said earlier, Coach Nairmore is a offensive strong coach. He can really put in an offense and get buckets. So it's been a little different coming in with full court press, run all 32 minutes, 94 feet. But I think we've adapted to the change really well, and I think that it's been a lot of fun.
Jaden, same question.
I like how we play up tempo the whole game, keep pressuring the basketball all 32 minutes. I love playing that way. It causes chaos. We get each other open all the time, move the ball pretty well, and when we do that, we're a really tough team to beat.
Walter?
To each of you guys, how long have you been playing basketball, and do you play any other sports?
I played basketball for the first time when I was like 5 or 6 over at Harriman City League. And then I didn't play again till my 6th grade year. And I tried out. I didn't think I was going to make the team, but I did. And then just went on from there.
Yeah, I've been playing basketball since I was real little, since I was about 4. I started out at Rockwood Community Center with a couple of my buddies just to have some fun. I didn't really know what it meant to play, but I fell in love with it quick. I also played baseball at a young age, and then I just recently picked up golf my sophomore year. And when I was younger, I never would have saw myself playing golf, but now that I did, it's probably one of my best decisions I think I've made. It's been a lot of fun.
Have you played in the middle school ranks, and what is your favorite team to play, or when do you get most fired up to play?
Yeah, I played throughout middle school, and this is my 4th year in high school, and I'll say this year has been the most fired up I've been to play. It's just been fun running out there on the court with my brothers, and the student section is crazy. The atmosphere is crazy. We can get under people's skin with our pressure. It's been a lot of fun.
Any particular team stand out that you played?
The McMinn County game was fun. It was a battle all the way from tip-off to buzzer. It was probably one of the funner games I've played in my career, so I would like to have more games like that.
Okay.
I'd probably say the first game of the year. We played Carter at home. It was a great game, and we came out with the win, and we won by 2, and I hope we can go to their place Friday night and do the same thing.
And to both of you guys, what do y'all plan on doing after you leave Kingston?
I'm going to Rome State for 2 years, and then I'm going to transfer out to Tennessee Tech and hopefully major in mechanical engineering.
Okay.
And I hope to do the same thing with going to Rome State for my first 2 years and transferring to Tennessee Tech. I plan on majoring in sports management, and I also hope to play golf at Rome State.
Okay. We got another call coming in. Locker room chat, you're on the air. Go ahead, caller.
Probably a bit shy.
Nobody there? Oh, Will, Jaden, y'all are both, I guess, were on the team 2 years ago on that state tournament trip. If you would, just talk about that experience and compare that team with this team.
Yeah, I feel that that team and our team this year are really similar. Like, you know, we have the pieces to go far, to keep the season alive, and hopefully go back to Murfreesboro again. That'd be awesome. And I just feel like the bond between the team in 2020 and the bond between us are right there hand in hand. Like, they hang out all the time. Like, they do everything together, and so do we. Like, if it was up to us, we'd go on vacation every year with each other. I mean, we want to be with each other 24/7, and I think that's what helps us become such a strong and better team.
Did you get any playing time?
Yeah, I played for the first couple games, and then the COVID hit, so he split us up into JV and varsity. So it was fun getting to play with them for a little bit, and then getting that student section experience. That was fun.
Yeah, I think we're similar to the team that went to state. I hope we can do the same thing. We just got to keep playing good, keep our heads straight, stay together, pick each other up when we're down. But I think we can get the job done.
What about you, Jaden? Did you get any experience down there at Murfreesboro, or?
I did no, not at Murfreesboro, but I did like at the beginning of the season when we played against Oak Ridge. I got to play a little bit. And then I hit a 3, which that had me so excited.
Y'all beat Oak Ridge that year.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, guys, I asked you these questions. Any pregame rituals?
We usually go eat as a team. Usually Zaxby's, Taco Bell, anything like that. Then if there's a boys JV game, we'll go watch the boys JV game, cheer them on, and then that's about it.
Will?
Yeah, just to add on to what Jaden said, go to watch the boys JV, cheer them on, because, you know, that's the future of Kingston. Like, that's what we're going to be coming to watch in a couple years, hoping they can do the same thing that we do. But I have one big one. With about 3 to 5 minutes left in warm-ups, I like to go down to our bench to the third seat. It has to be the third seat. It always has been. And I like to pray and just let the game go into God's hands, you know, because all you can do is let Him take over and let Him work His magic.
Walter?
Wanted to say Tennessee is winning at this point with about 8.5 minutes to go, 46-45. I hope that continues in the right direction. And I guess the next thing I want to talk about, what's your favorite subject in school?
Mine's got to be math. I've always loved math. Maybe because I've always been pretty good at it, but I could sit down and do math problems for a while. Like, I just find it interesting and fun.
I might have to disagree with you on that one. I like social studies. I like learning about the history of America. I just think it's interesting. I like it a lot.
And what's your favorite ball team basketball-wise?
I like the Memphis Grizzlies. John Morant, he's super fun to watch. Just
I was always a big Kobe fan growing up, so I'm a Lakers fan, which it has nothing to do with LeBron going there, so don't go there. But I don't really watch much NBA anymore, but if I had to say, I'd say the Lakers.
And how about on the college ranks?
Tennessee all the way.
Wonderful.
Tennessee for sure.
Do you have a favorite player?
For Tennessee?
Or just college or pro or both?
I just love the way Zakai Ziegler plays. Just brings energy to the floor, feeds the floor. I feel like he gets the other 4 players and the rest of the bench like ready to go and pushes the tempo of the game.
I have to agree with Will on that one. I love watching him play. He's a good role model.
Okay, I've got another call. Locker room chat, you on the air?
Hey, I got a question for Jaden and Will.
Okay. Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask him who they think the funniest player on the team was.
Oh, definitely Aiden Osborne. He's hilarious.
It's got to be Aiden. When he gets in his goofy kind of mood, there's no telling what will happen. He can always find a way to put a smile on someone's face.
Any other questions? All right.
No, sir.
All right, thank you, caller.
Thank you.
Guys, Will, you play any other sports?
I just play golf right now. I played baseball up until my sophomore season. But right now it's just basketball and golf.
So was you on that state championship golf team?
Yes, sir, I was.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
On that.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
About you, Jaden? Play any other sports?
I played baseball up into my junior year, and then I quit like before the season started. I just fell out of love for the game. But, yeah.
And Coach, did you have any other players on the current team now that played in Murfreesboro? You got some experience back?
I don't think so. You'd have to ask those 2 guys, but I don't think anybody did. All those guys are. I mean, I know they were senior loaded that year, and maybe 1 or 2 juniors played a little bit, but he had 6 or 7 seniors, and of course. Colby Raymer was a junior.
Yeah, you got a Raymer now, don't you?
Wesley Moore, yes, his brother Corey's on the team now.
Is he a junior?
He's a junior. So really a lot of those guys were gone, and just starting over. And I want to say this: these guys were talking about our system, and we're a full court. And I want to say I've been. We've had a really good year, but a lot of it has been because these guys fit my system so well. I've got guys that are perfect at, and I don't want to go into super huge detail about it, but they fit the mold of the 2s and the 3s and the 4 guy, and I got a rim runner and Ethan Clifton, and I just I have been really lucky to get the pieces around that fit this system. So. These guys, they all said, well, we've taken to it pretty well. They've taken to it really well. I mean, when you it was something that every new coach is going to worry about of, is this going to take? Is what I like to do going to work? And I figured out pretty quick that I had a lot of guys that fit into those puzzle pieces. And that's a lot of luck. It really is. But I've been fortunate. I've got a good, deep roster. I've got a bunch of guys that can play, and if you're going to play up tempo, you got to have that. So,
visiting with Coach Joe Lane of the Kingston Yellow Jackets boys basketball team. Brought along 2 of his players, Will Madusky and Jaden Dryman. And Jaden, what do you like to do when you're not on the court? What's some of your hobbies?
I don't really do much, but I like hanging with my friends. That's the biggest thing for me. Hanging with friends and family.
What about you, Will?
Same thing with Jaden. Hanging out with family and friends is always fun. I love when it's a nice spring day to go out and play some golf. Play with a couple old teammates. That's always fun.
Was you in that golf rotation on the state champion team?
Yes, sir, I was. I came in the first day to state as the 4-man and played the second day of state as the 2. So it was a very fun trip.
Yeah, back-to-back states, right?
Yep, and I think they have a chance for 3 next year. You know, we lost three pretty good players, really good as some would say, but I think they have the right people to fill those spots and come and step up next year.
What about the girls' team finished runner-up? What about?
They have a bright future ahead.
What about Carly? What's her last name?
Carly Campbell for Summertown.
No, for Kingston.
Oh, Briley Cross. Briley Cross and Kaylee Lane.
Yeah, Kaylee Lane. That's what I'm about.
Yeah.
Can you outshoot her?
I don't think I could outshoot Briley or Kaylee. They're both.
I mean, golf-wise.
Yeah, golf-wise, I don't think I can. They're something special.
We had them on the show a few years ago. I know Kaylee was on.
Yeah, they both have a bright future ahead.
Okay, we got another call. Locker room chat, you're on the air. Go ahead, caller. Yep, and Walter.
Coach, you are 11-0 at 9-0 at home and 2-0 neutral sites. How many more games do you have regular season-wise than you were saying, talking to Coach Green as he was on his way out, that you're starting the tournament at home as long as you keep winning and you're the high seed? So how's that going to work?
Okay, so we've got 2 home games left, and we've got 2 road games left. We play at home tomorrow night against Oliver Springs, and then home next Friday against Scott High School. We're on the road Friday at Carter, and then on the road Monday at Greenback. District tournament will start the following week, the week after next Friday. So the boys' first round games will be on that Tuesday. I don't know what number day that is off the top of my head, but the girls will start on Monday. Boys will be Tuesday. We will have a bye on Tuesday. We won't have to play on Tuesday. We won't play until that following Friday. But this year the tournament was scheduled to be hosted at Sweetwater.
February 14th.
February 14th. So this year the tournament was scheduled to be at Sweetwater, but we had a preseason meeting and they determined that their gym was not big enough. TWSWA has a seating requirement now to host tournaments, and their gym wasn't large enough, so we just had a vote and we decided to satellite the whole thing out, which means that, in that first round, 3 plays 6 and 4 plays 5. Well, 3 will be at home and 4 will be at home. So there's some positive to it. I really like the fact that your regular season really means something, And as the 1 seed, we're going to play at home. We're going to play the winner of that 4-5 game. So we're going to have, these guys are going to get to have their students right there in full force, and it's a big advantage, in my opinion. And then no matter what, as the 1 seed, we're going to play at home again. Now, if you win that first round game, then that means you're going to be first or second going into the region. And the first round of the region is mandated to be satellited out now. It's been that way for 10 or 15 years, I guess. So you win that district semifinal game, and then you're at home again. And then the region semis and region championship would be held at Loudon High School. So
yeah. All right, another call. Go ahead, caller. You're on the locker room chat.
Hey, my name's Gary Slinger. I've been in Kingston for a while now, and I just want to ask the coach and the boys, if they had to pick a time that they would go to state, whether it be their freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year, what year would they pick?
Okay. All right, thank you, caller. Thanks for the question.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, the question is, if you could only pick 1 year to go to the state, what year would that be? Would freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior year?
I think I'd pick my senior year. Go out with a bang, make your footprint in Kingston history. I think that'd be awesome.
I agree.
And Will, what's it like playing for Coach Lane?
It was a bit different at first, but I think we've adapted to the system really well, and it's awesome. It has been a fun ride.
Coach Lane, talk a little bit about Will Meduski.
Will is a streaky shooter. He gets hot, and you better look out. He might make 5 or 6 in a row. He's improved in every other facet of the game since the time that we've started working together. And, I think that everybody in District 3 would say, you better get a hand up out there on Will. And that's what, again, that's what he brings to the table, but he has worked really hard to improve the rest of his game, too. He's a gym rat. He wants in the gym any time he can get it. Every Sunday almost he's texting me, Coach, can I get in the gym? And so those are the kinds of kids you want. And I want to go back and say all these guys are like that. I mean, I have to run them out every day, and then they said it. They said it. They hang out together here, then they go hang out together somewhere else. They get along so well. It takes so much to win that people I don't think understand that right there just that much takes care of itself.
Got another call. Locker room chat, you're on the air.
Hey, I appreciate you letting me be on the show. First off, I'd like to say great job by Coach Lane and his assistant coach, and congratulations to the seniors and the Jackets for the season they're having. Awesome job. Got a question for the players, Jaden and Will. Just talk a little bit about who is the best three-point shooter, and if you played a game 2-on-2 against Coach Lane and Coach Brad, who would win between Will and Jaden and the coaches?
I think that 2-on-2 game is unanimous. I think me and Jaden might beat them 21-0 almost every time we play them. But I'm going to have to say the best shooter on the team has to be Jaden Drummond. It's got to be. Knock down one, 2 steps every time. Doesn't miss.
I think that 2-on-2, I think we got him. But the best shooter on the team definitely has to be Will. Like Coach said, he knocks down threes left and right. And if you don't go out and guard him, then you're in trouble.
All right, caller. Any other questions?
Appreciate it. Good luck to the rest of the season, and go Jackets.
All right, thank you. Thank you for calling in. And go ahead and talk a little about. Well, first, Jaden, what's it like playing for Coach Lane?
It's fun. I love the way he has us playing. I'm a defensive guy. I like guarding. I like going out guarding one of the best players, and I like locking them down. It's just a lot of fun.
Coach, we'll talk a little bit about Jaden Dryman.
Jaden has just described himself to a T. I'll give you a great example. Last night, and he when he said he was the 3 guy, he's partially right. Jaden is 3, 2, 1. He plays a little bit of all of that for us, and that's another thing, that we've got a lot of guys that can play those different spots in our system. He's one of them. Last night, we were in a little bit of foul trouble, and I had him at the 1, and he comes over and tells me and Coach Brad Richardson, he said, please put me in a spot where I can get back up front on the front of the press. And I said, yes, sir, let's do that. Because he's right there. He's right up into those guys. And, with the way we play, it's important. So we shifted some guys around. I put him back in the 3 spot, and I think he immediately went in there and caused a turnover. He brings that every game. But he also brings stability and a calmness out there that's great to have.
Another call coming in. Locker room chat, you're on the air. Go ahead, caller. All right, caller's not there. We're going to take a quick break. Be right back. with the speed round. So stick around. You're watching Locker Room Chat.
OEB Law, fight for you. We will fight the insurance companies every step of the way. Call OEB Law today and turn your wreck into a check.
As soon as I walked in the door and saw just the ambiance of the place, I thought, wow. I said, this is really nice. Everyone is just great with all of the residents.
I call this the Alexander House of Angels.
This is an example of one of our rooms. This is considered a large studio. We do have 4 different size rooms. They all have their own private bathrooms. They all have a small kitchenette.
I always tell residents that they feed us wisdom. I feel like that's a big special part of working in assisted living.
And it's a big family here. Everyone is very nice.
Look out for each other.
They do. She's made a lot of friends. It's been that from day one.
Yeah, it has. I love our building, our people, but I tell you, I wouldn't be anywhere else.
Daniel Forrester has been recognized as one of East Tennessee's leading attorneys for nearly 2 decades. Civil disputes, criminal defense, divorces, and juvenile custody cases are all part of an impressive resume. Daniel's legal experience also includes representing clients in local, state, and federal courts. A husband and a father, Daniel is a Rule 31 certified mediator who has represented hundreds of families in Chancery Court. Call Daniel Forrester Law Office at 865-457-7900 for a free consultation.
Earl Duff Pre-Owned Center in Harriman is your one-stop shop for vehicle sales and service. The Duff family is open for business for everything automotive. We offer fully inspected, dependable pre-owned vehicles, and most come with a powertrain warranty at no extra cost. We also have a complete service department equipped for maintenance and repairs on all makes and models.
Don't settle for less with your next pre-owned vehicle purchase. Come to Earl Duff Pre-Owned Center in Harriman or online at duffpreowned.com.
In the Locker Room Chat, we just got a few minutes left on the show. We'll go to the speed round for these young men, and start with you, Will. Favorite food?
Pizza.
Favorite place to eat?
Wasabi's.
What's a place you'd like to visit?
Dubai.
Hawaii.
Type of music you like to listen to?
Country.
R&B.
Favorite artist?
Probably Lil Baby.
Rod Wave.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
To fly.
Invisibility.
Hidden talent?
To dance.
I don't really have one.
All right. You have a phobia?
Enclosed spaces.
Yeah, I have to agree with that one.
Claustrophobia? A nickname?
Chuck.
Django.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Eagles.
Eagles for sure.
Walter, you got a question?
Which one are you for, the Eagles or Kansas City?
Eagles.
Eagles all day.
Mainly because Jaden's papa is an Eagles fan. I think it'd be awesome.
And what is your favorite toy as a child?
WWE characters.
Probably Thomas the Train.
Okay.
What do you think about Tom Brady retiring?
It's about time.
I agree.
He'll probably be on Social Security fairly soon.
Go ahead and give a shout out, guys.
I want to give a shout out to the whole city of Kingston. They've been supporting us since day one.
Shout out to the student section. Keep up the energy and come support us tomorrow night.
Well, guys, thank you for being here, and good luck the rest of the season. Hope you make it to the state tournament and cut down the nets.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
And Coach Elaine, anything you'd like to say before you go?
I don't think so. Thanks for having us on and these guys. And I got a great group of guys. They've been fun to coach, and we've had a lot of support from the school, and it's been great. And I hope we can keep working and finish strong.
All right. Well, thank you for being here, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks for coming.
And for Brad Jones in the back, For Walter Stair and Chandler at home, hope you get to feeling better. My name's John Williams. See you next week in Locker Room Chat. So go ahead, caller.
Well, hey there, Sleepy. First-time caller and a long-time listener. I wanted to congratulate that Coach Lane on the fine season they're having so far. And I got a question for Mr. Meduski and Mr. Dryman on the way out.
Okay, go ahead.
Is it true that when the woodshed's rocking and the shots are dropping, the jackets are all hopping, and they're having a hard time holding them alligators down? Over and out.
All right.
That was well said.
Was that Chase? Now somebody else calling. Kingston has the most callers.
Yes, they do.
Of any team we bring in, any school. It's
Chair Jerome Powell saying the central bank recognizes the pace of inflation has cooled, a signal that it could be nearing the end of its rate increases. Remembrances and a call to action today, the funeral for Tyree Nichols, the black man who was beaten after he was pulled over by Memphis police. A renewed call by Vice President Harris and others for Congress to pass a police reform bill. Tyree's mother, Rovon Wells.
There should be no other child that should suffer the way my son and all the other parents here have lost their children. We need to get that bill passed.
5 police officers involved in the altercation were fired. They face murder and other charges. The special unit they were part of has been disbanded. Power briefly knocked out at Los Angeles International Airport, leaving many passengers in the dark and halting security checks. America is listening to Fox News.
Did you know 1 in 4 vet visits involve skin and coat issues? And 70% of your pet's immune system is based in their gut? Dinovite nutritional supplement has key nutrients for your pet's digestive tract, skin and coat, and immune system for an all-around healthier pet. Get a free probiotics booster with your purchase of Dinovite for dogs by using code DOG at dinovite.com.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Knoxville area attorneys. 408 North Cedar Bluff Road, Suite 425, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37923. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Republican-led House Oversight Committee is sounding the alarm over billions of dollars of missing COVID-19 relief money.
Michael Horowitz, chair of the Pandemic Response Accountability Committee, testifying before a House Oversight Committee that the urgency in providing COVID relief led to a lack in accountability and the theft of tens of billions of dollars in COVID aid.
Over 69,000 questionable Social Security numbers were used to obtain $5.4 billion in pandemic loans and grants.
Committee Chairman Republican James Comer of Kentucky vowing to get to the bottom of what he calls the greatest theft of American taxpayer dollars in history. Of the $5 trillion set aside for pandemic relief, almost 90% has been spent as of November. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
The nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame have been announced.
A woman who is having a renaissance thanks to her music being featured in Netflix's Stranger Things. Kate Bush, Cyndi Lauper, George Michael, Sheryl Crow, and Willie Nelson are among the nominees for the 2023 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Missy Elliott, Iron Maiden, Soundgarden, Rage Against the Machine, The Spinners, A Tribe Called Quest, Joy Division, New Order, The White Stripes, and Warren Zevon have also been nominated and are first-timers, with Crow, Lauper, Michael, and Nelson. The voting is underway. You can participate with your vote at rockhall.com. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
A Romanian official says influencer Andrew Tate has lost his appeal at a Bucharest court and will be held for further 30 days. Tate is detained in Romania on suspicion of organized crime and human trafficking. The spokesperson for Romania's anti-organized crime agency says he lost his appeal against a judge's decision in January 20th to extend his arrest to a second time for 30 days. I'm Lee Silasera. This is Fox News.
WYSH. Tennessee weather.
For your weather tonight, look for cloudy skies across East Tennessee with more rain showers developing, especially late. Lows drop into the mid to upper 30s. Normal low would be around 31. Tomorrow morning, I expect more rain showers, soggy at times, as we rise through the 30s and 40s. From the CaptainAccurate.com Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist David Aldridge for WISH.
AM 1380, FM 101.1, FM 90.